Stand by, the meeting will begin shortly.
Welcome to the Village of Wappinger Falls workshop meeting for Monday, November 29th, 2021, rescheduled from 11:24. Rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mayor Serino.
Present.
Trustee Sadati.
Present.
Trustee Ponte. Trustee Nesnick.
Here.
Trustee Huber.
Present.
Trustee Ruffin.
Present.
Trustee Larissella.
Here.
Village Attorney Wallace.
Here. Regular session. We'll have an announcement first. Effective tomorrow night at midnight, snow emergency is in effect. No parking on the streets from midnight to 7 a.m. until April 1st. Okay. The KC Engineering update.
I reached out to Casey today. It might have been late for Nancy, but I did send her an email asking her if she had any updates for the board, and I didn't receive any.
Okay, so there must be progress going on. We'll get something on the 8th.
Resolution number 28, 2021 of 2021, resolution hiring consulting services for grant opportunities. Whereas the Village of Wappingers Falls is pursuing various grant opportunities for infrastructure improvements, including water and sewer projects from federal, state, local, and private sources of funding. And whereas consulting services associated with grants is a professional service that is not subject to competitive bidding. And whereas Lori A. Giava of LHA Management Solution possesses the necessary education, skills, and experience in obtaining grant funding for infrastructure improvements, including water and sewer projects, and to otherwise effectively fulfill the duties of grant writer. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Wappingers Falls hereby hires Lori A. Giava of LHA Management Solutions, 19 Patty Place, Wappingers Falls, as an independent contractor for consulting services for the grant opportunities, and be it further resolved that Lori A. Giava of LHA Management Solutions is hired as an independent contractor to serve at the will of the village board and may be terminated without cause. And be it further resolved that Lori A. Giava of LHA Management Solutions shall be paid on vouchers submitted and reviewed as required by law at an hourly rate of $62.50 to be capped at 40 hours per month, or $2,500, whichever is less. Need a motion.
I'll make that.
Who will second it?
Second.
Who made it?
Adam, and we had a tie,
Ann Ponte?
so we'll give it to Ann.
Her name comes first, A.
Roll call vote. Mayor Serino.
Aye.
Trustee Huber.
Nay.
Trustee Sadati.
Aye.
Trustee Nesnick.
Aye.
Trustee Ruffin.
Aye.
Trustee Ponte. Trustee Larissella.
Aye.
Carried. Okay, resolution number 29, 2021 of 2021, resolution authorizing contract with Ben Saccone Incorporated for the repair of manholes located on Route 9 in the Village of Wappingers Falls. Whereas New York State Department of Transportation has requested the repair of 6 manholes located on Route 9 in the Village of Wappingers Falls before winter due to the settlement of the paving around the manhole covers, causing plowing difficulties during snow and ice events. And whereas the village board authorized the solicitation of quotes for the repair of manholes, and whereas the village board received a quote in the amount of $52,000 from Bensicone Incorporated for the repair of 6 manholes, more partially described on a sketch plan dated November 2nd, 2021, prepared by Casey Engineering and Land Surveying, PC, entitled Pavement Repairs for November 2021 for Utility Improvements Contract Number 4. And whereas the village board has agreed that it is in the best interest of the village of Wapengers Falls to authorize Bensicone Incorporated to repair the 6 manholes, be it resolved that the village board hereby authorizes a contract with Bensicone, Daily Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, in the amount of $52,000 for the repair of the 6 manholes. A sketch plan was dated November 2nd, prepared by Casey Engineering and Land Surveying. Pavement repairs for November 2021 Utility Improvements Contract 4. Be it further resolved that payments under the contract shall be paid on vouchers submitted and reviewed as required by law in the amount by the account of G.2706, which is the COVID account.
Could I ask a question?
Yep.
Is this a temporary fix or a complete repair?
The temporary fix.
It's a temporary repair, and we'll see how long it lasts.
And if we don't do it, we can wind up getting billed for any
Yeah,
plow
and I
damage.
just didn't, I don't remember if it was, if this amount of money covered the repair or just a complete. Thank you.
Need a vote.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. Or what-
Roll call vote. Mayor Sereno.
Hold on a sec.
Seconded by
Huh?
trustee Ruffin.
Mayor Sereno.
Aye.
Trustee Huber.
Aye.
Trustee Sidoti.
Aye.
Trustee Nesnick.
Aye.
Trustee Ruffin.
Aye.
Trustee Ponte. Trustee Lauricella.
Aye.
Carried. Approval to have a water plant operator work temporarily with the retiring administrator. That would be Marie White, will be leaving
January 3rd.
January 3rd. And there is a water plant operator who could possibly sit in between now and then to learn the cycle until you name a replacement, of which we will talk about in the executive session.
Who's the plant operator?
John Kozak.
John Kozak.
Is that all good with the union?
I don't think there'll be a problem.
I think it might be a problem with the girls, though. Might want to check with the girls'
I
union.
want to make the motion subject to approval of Labor Council.
They complain about everything else?
Contingent, okay, so the motion will be approval to have water plant operator work temporary with retirement administrator, subject to Labor Council approval.
Is there anything different with this pay rate or anything, or just doing it for the greater good?
It'd be a couple hours a day, you know, that's the most that I see it really.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
We known about this for almost 2 months now. How come we haven't put an ad in the paper?
Well, you didn't put an ad in the paper because they want to put a rocket scientist in there, according to what I've heard.
Who's the rocket scientist?
Mary Morris.
Well,
But
She
I,
said, oh, we don't know, we want to upgrade the job, we want to have somebody in there that can go out and find out who's illegal and,
but the,
well, there's a list for this type of job.
the water,
No, listen.
the water board tried to give somebody a raise and it got shot down. So the water board can't do any hiring for that administration. So the village board has to do the hiring for the administration.
I was
So-
going to save this for executive session, but I'll let you know what's going on here. What you really need, I created a position there. Marie White is a senior typist, 40 hours a week. I created a position for a regular typist at 35 hours a week to do the same kind of work. But at the same time, be flexible to be able to do other things within the group. When Heather's out, the person can jump in. When that person is out, Heather can jump in. The two administrators are right there in the same office doing the same types of work. Now, what I was going to ask the board later, do you want me to get the list for typists and canvass it from the county?
I would say yes. because I think
That's what I was gonna ask you.
this is gonna be an issue with the girls' union, because you got another union person going into doing another union's job. You know what I'm saying?
Going into the job or assisting with the job?
Yes.
So,
I mean, one of the things that we were also trying to wrap our heads around, Kevin, and why there might have been a little bit of a lag, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jen, is that now that we have the independent contractor doing sorry, my train of thought is a little scattered.
Reconciliation?
No, well, we just,
Oh, just,
the grant
grant
writer.
writing.
There was a time where personnel was talking about whether or not we could have somebody that was, could shape shift into doing these different things. And I think that was what held us up a little bit. Can you speak to that?
Yes, we were trying to figure out whether we wanted to have somebody in that position that we could, like, just what John just said, to do, that wasn't so restricted and can go about doing other things, or is that really a part-time position? So,
Including the grant writing though, I thought.
Right.
And so now that we've secured the grant writer as a completely separate, non-employee, saving the village some money.
I mean,
now I think we have to go into executive and figure out what type.
we can go into the executive, because this can be a long, blown out thing. And
Well, no, I just wanted you to know that.
I understand, but, I'll just go into it. This has happened in the past, where somebody has retired upstairs, and we waited the last minute, and when that person leaves, the next person comes in and really don't know the job. It's great if somebody's here, you can hire somebody, you could have taught them the job. This way, when that person leaves, they already know the job. Now he's got a person coming in knowing different all questions.
Put in her retirement though?
Back in October.
But when, just so we know really, so we're not just saying.
no, it was only a couple weeks ago.
A
Yeah,
couple weeks ago.
so that's the only thing, it's not 2 months.
End of October.
This is a very long process with the county. It's not an overnight process. You gotta advertise it. You gotta send letters out to the people that are on the list. You're talking 10 weeks minimum.
And I think we're in trouble.
We know this. We've been through this. We know about canvassing. It's not, especially a position like that, the list could be pages long for a typist position. We didn't move to get the list because they wanted somebody of a different caliber to do that job.
They meaning the water board.
That's what I was told, so I said, fine. When you tell me how you want me to present that to the county, how to write it up, I'll submit it and they'll categorize it.
And at the same time.
No one came forward.
And at the same time, we were looking at it as a different angle, how to make the upstairs functional with everybody. So there are definite decisions that we need to make tonight, whether it's a part-time, because now we just secured a grant writer. So is that a part-time position? So as soon as we make those decisions, then I'm assuming you can pull from whatever list at that point, because that would change it quite a bit, wouldn't it?
Part-time meaning what, 35 hours?
No.
No.
It's full-time at 35 hours now. I created it.
Right.
I have it
It
in our
doesn't have to
inventory.
stay that way, though.
It's in our inventory. No, if you want a part-time typist, well, I have to see if there is such a position.
I would just
If you all decide that it's a part-time typist,
go with the 35-hour position, the way it should be.
35 hours.
Marie's 40 hours. She was grandfathered, that position was grandfathered in for her. So now that she's retiring, we make it a 35-hour position, just like everybody else should be upstairs. They're all 35-hour positions.
I think you're mixing apples and oranges. This grant person that's a consultant
Right.
No, we
Isn't gonna-
understand that.
we
I
get
just,
it.
isn't gonna be doing anything that Marie
No.
White is.
correct, we know that.
We know that.
There was a minute there, I'm just saying the part of one component of the lag was that Jen, as the chair of personnel, was trying to see how we could best spend taxpayer dollars and be most efficient and have someone that could wear all hats, like you're saying, Heather, interchange and so on and so forth. And if we hadn't done what we just did right now, which I'm very confident was the right decision, she was examining, would we put that person, would that person also wear a grant writing hat? And now we don't need to do that. So now we, the board, separate from the water board, can now confidently move forward with what you're suggesting. We will have to consult with the water board, but
Well, this board has been very proactive in, I don't want to use the wrong words, but you've eliminated positions that probably shouldn't have been there, right? The guy that did all the computer stuff and bought telephones, that's gone. The guy that did grants for 40 hours a week, that's gone. The person that did 20 hours a week doing payroll, that's gone. You've done a terrific job, but I think we're at the point now where we're gonna be needy.
we gotta build.
We're gonna be needy, so, but not go crazy, but fulfill that position with a 35-hour administrator instead of a 40. Not a senior, a junior typist. I work there, guys. I see it.
Well, yeah.
That's my
we definitely
recommendation. But
wanted
if you want to talk about it more in executive, that's fine with me, but
Yeah, I think we should talk about it in executive.
I think you've done a great job to this point, and I think you should keep all the horses running while you got them going. That's my thought.
To Trustee Huber's point, I could see this becoming a problem with our unions if it's not worded right with county civil service. So I think that we should probably discuss that in executive sessions.
So do we want to hold off on this contingent on labor council for Kozak, or do you want to,
Oh, you can come out of executive session with the vote, but
on this whole, just hold off on that whole,
we should discuss it real quick
Okay.
in executive session. It's not gonna be a lengthy one.
okay, that's it for the printed agenda.
Okay.
If somebody makes.
Do I have a motion to adjourn to executive session
I'll make that motion.
For the,
for the purpose of talking about
the appointment.
personnel?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Aunt Pompey won that one.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
All right, Rich.